Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday Night Marathon. Now, we have uh, a rather interesting show tonight, and there's also breaking news. Now, I'm going to get to the breaking news after I do this rather convoluted presentation. Now, as many of you who are regulars here might be aware, Paula C. Blades had a conversation uh, both with Field McConnell, and the gist of all of this is that Field McConnell had some rather blunt and negative things to say about Tim Holmseth, Randy Lynn Erickson, and Kirk Pendergrass. Now, when this recording came out, the detractors over on Telegram, BitChute, and Gab tried their best to discredit it. Now, the problem here is that this is Field McConnell talking. It is his voice, it is the manner that we all know he talks in. So it is him. He said these things. Doesn't matter what date he said it on or the context of how the call was made and how the video was made. It is simply a presentation of his thoughts and opinions on the matters at hand. So let's start here. And let me go ahead and pull this out of here because I want to make sure this. Hello, Amber. Okay.
Field, can I just quickly ask you about Timothy Holmseth and Randy Lynn Erickson?
Well, could you repeat those names? I'm not sure if I'm familiar, but go ahead and repeat the names, please.
Timothy Charles Holmseth and Randy and his partner in crime, Randy Lynn Erickson.
Well, my exposure to both of them is very brief and very questionable. Is very brief and very questionable. In fact, I met him once or twice, and I actually met that woman or apparent woman, whatever she is or he is or they are. But my exposure to them, and conversely, their exposure to me is rather shallow. So,
all right, at the onset, I want to say something. I edited this to get to the permanent points here. So if the breaks in the presentation I'm doing here is my doing and not Paul's. Bill has a tendency to ramble, and he has a tendency to do a lot of Bible quoting and that sort of thing. Now, if you would like to hear the entire video that Paula has done, I have put the link to her video in the comment section. There's a disclaimer there that was put up by YouTube. You just hit that you're fine with the disclaimer. You're welcome to go in, and you can hear the video, or the audio, conversation in its entirety. With that out of the way, and one other thing. Field McConnell is solely responsible for his comments that he made in that conversation, as is Randy, of course. All I'm doing here is I am presenting a recording that was made on YouTube and commenting on that video with opinion. I am neither confirming nor denying any events that have occurred that are depicted in this audio presentation. And so we continue.
I really don't know if I'm qualified to speak about Timothy and Randy, if that's her name or his name, but I think that Timothy has some issues where he has a sort of a question I did not anticipate, so pardon me if I seem disjointed.
Yes, he has abandonment issues. I also feel that he has mental health issues. I read his book, so I know. I recognize things. I also don't believe that he's 100% honest. I think that a lot of his work is good, but there was a huge chunk of it that I cross-referenced that turned out to be false. I did the research and I went back and I cross-referenced a lot of his work. But the problem with Tim's work is there's so many layers to it. It's really hard to decipher. And what's even worse that I found is that because he believes his own lies, it makes it believable to other people because he wholeheartedly believes the bullshit he wrote.
Okay, but what about an onion? Does an onion have many layers of skin?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not an onion. So, Mrs. Blades, do you think that it's possible on this day in history, in 2019, that I tried to be very transparent and very honest?
I believe that you're always transparent and honest. A lot of people don't understand your communications, but that doesn't mean that you're not being transparent and honest.
Yes, and I try to be transparent and honest, and let me tell you why. It's because I'm lazy, Lazy, okay? And it is more difficult. The truth is the truth, and the truth will set you free.
Okay, there's a little bit of a break there. So,
So you feel that you were deceived. Is that true?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, and you believe that you were abandoned intentionally?
Oh, I think they tried to set me up, and there was a third party that you haven't mentioned. But on the day I was arrested, November 4th of 20, whatever it is, Kirk Pendergrass was also in my office at 401 Main Street in Plum City, Wisconsin, 54761. So why were those three people there?
okay, at this point, Phil McConnell seems to be making a point that possibly he was set up by Randy, Timothy, and Kirk Pendergrass to be arrested at this office, his office, on that day in question. They did not come to his house, they came to the studio. Now, if they came to the studio, the law enforcement, they must have had to have known that Phil was going to be in the office at that time of the day rather than in his ranch barricaded by a tractor like he attempted to do when they served him with the original order. So this is the first direct accusation that Phil has made against Timothy and Randy, and by extension, Kirk Pendergrass.
And why did the cops come with 7 police officers with badges and guns, but no warrant?
So back to Randy again. She told me that she paid off your property taxes. What do you have to say about your property tax situation surrounding Randy Lynn Erickson?
Can I give you as many details as possible?
Please do.
Okay, she's absolutely full of shit. My power of attorney, whose name I will just give you, his first name and his code name, but his first name is Phil, Phil. Now, I know that sounds like field, Field, just a coincidence, but my power of attorney dealt with whatever that large woman is. Now, I keep forgetting her name, but Randy someone. Yes, Timothy Holmseth, who may or may not have even understood what he was involved in. Yeah, he deceived me. And that chubby woman, I forgot her name. Could you remind me?
Randy Lynn Erickson.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, I think she's a real estate judge in Florida. Is that correct or not?
I believe it was Minnesota, but she had connections to Florida as well.
Well, Florida has connections to me.
Okay. Now, I'm going to give throughout this some live feedback that's coming in from Telegram. These people are very predictably going after this uh, audio presentation that Lori made. Now, I have obviously, or Paula, excuse me, I have obviously made edits on the current situation, as I said previously. Now, what they're saying there is the editing and cuts in the audio are so obviously obvious. It took her 3 weeks to make this amateur production. Well, that's their defense against this video. But again, this is Field McConnell speaking, and no amount of editing you can do in any video is going to take away from the fact that Field McConnell has said what he has said in this recording. And I'll have more on the significance of this in a little bit. But what's interesting in all this, Tim Holmseth made a number of telephone recordings on his BitChute site. And this had to do with statements by Leanne Kruger. Now, Leanne declared shortly before her death that the recordings had been tampered with and edited in such a way to make her say something that she did not say. And both Timothy and Randy stated over and over again that it is not possible to have tampered with that recording, that Leanne said what she said. Now, following Timothy Holmseth's declaration and his level of evidence, you would have to give weight to Paula's presentation that this is truly Field McConnell, and Field McConnell has said what he said. Again, we all know how Field McConnell talks when he does his streams. He rambles on, he goes off on points and stuff like that. This is abundantly clear in Paula's original recording. Mine is chopped up because I was trying to knock out a lot of extraneous stuff that was in there that I didn't feel was relevant for this broadcast. I was trying to get as specific on the subject as possible. And I understand that there are more recorded conversations by Paula, as she has just declared on my live stream, so that there, at some point in the future, we may be hearing more about this. So with that, let me continue with this brief presentation.
But no, my power of attorney paid off my taxes because it appears that Randy and a bank, and I'm giving you extremely accurate details, they were part of a racketeering enterprise. The racketeering enterprise that tried to destroy me, okay?
Okay, this is another accusation that Field McConnell is making against Randy Lynn Erickson and others, that they were out, allegedly, to take Field down, that they were working to wrest away Field McConnell's house and set up some kind of a youth camp. Field describes it as a group of pedophiles, judges, and so forth. So, Bill McConnell is accusing Timothy Holmseth and Randy Erickson of coming to the aid of pedophiles. Quite a remarkable accusation.
Now, on this day in history, does it sound like I'm destroyed, Paula?
No, I know better.
Okay, well, fuck them. If they want to destroy me, they better bring a better team because they got a bunch of limb sticks. Okay.
So, do you agree that they tried to steal your property?
Yes, absolutely. Let me tell you what.
Do you believe that Tim and Randy were having some sort of an affair?
Yes, I do.
All right, this is another thing that Phil McConnell has said, and that is that he believes that Randy and Timmy are having an affair. Now, this is a rumor that's been going around since right after Timothy ran away from his court appearance, and that Randy had some romantic involvement with him. Now, again, this is an unconfirmed allegation. It is being made by Phil McConnell as well as others on there. So, Phil McConnell has come directly out and said that he feels that Randy Erickson and Timothy Charles Holmseth are having an affair.
And I'm not saying that because I can imagine it, because he's fairly disfigured and she's fairly corpulent, and I'm a heterosexual male. And it's like if I saw her in the headlights of a train, I would take my locomotive. But go ahead. What's your next question?
So my next question is, people have been asking me about your relationship with David Lester Straight.
He and I first came to communicate 4 or 5 years ago because he was asking me if I could help him get a falsely accused veteran, a Navy pilot, out of incarceration in the state of New York. And I told him, I said, if there's anything I could do, I would do it, but I just don't know what Field McConnell, let me spell that, F-I-E-L-D, no middle initial, M little c, big C, O-N-N-E-L-L. I don't know what Field McConnell could bring to the table. But David L. Straight and I have mutual respect. And do you know what his position is in the state of Texas or the Republic of Texas?
I do. I don't have it in front of me. I think it's the sheriff.
I think he might be a Texas Ranger.
That's exactly what it is. He's a Texas Ranger of the Republic of Texas, not the state of Texas. The Republic.
No, it's a big difference. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
And that's why Denise and I, or if I croak, then I hope Denise goes to Texas. I was born in Fort Worth, Texas on October 2nd of 49. But David L. Straight, and I'm not sure if he's married or not, but I believe he's associated with a woman named Bonnie Straight, who is a very powerful legal entity in the legitimate courts, not the admiralty courts. Okay?
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Answer. Go ahead.
Do you believe that Randy was instrumental in trying to take down you, David Straight, and a gentleman named Chris Hallett?
Well, Chris Hallett's deader than a doornail, supposedly. But, yeah, I do. I mean, we know a tree by its fruit.
Okay, now I want to make something of a point here. Bill McConnell says that Chris Hallett is dead. Now, if anybody can remember when it is that that David's getting all kinds of name games here. Anyway, let me get back to it. If anybody remembers exactly when the murder of Chris Hallett occurred, you now have a bullet point as to when the latest that this would have been made, because that's a specific date. He's talking about Chris Hallett after his death. So that would have been, somewhat recently, 2021.
And Randy Erickson was.
Oh, God, here we go again. Sharp, can you please stay on the subject tonight and not get into a cat fight in my room?
Field, can I just quickly ask you about Timothy Holmseth?
Okay, that's basically the end of that presentation. Now, on to the breaking news. Now, even though people over on that Telegram site are arguing about the validity of this recording that Paula made, I have learned, and this is breaking as of an hour ago, that it is alleged that Randy Lynn Erickson has filed with the state of Florida a violation against Field McConnell. And this is what has allegedly been written by Randy Erickson. Either which Paula used deceptive editing or Field was used for MK Ultra experiments in jail at Broward, and he is under mind control by the barflies. Because if Field was really about the children and the women trafficked and their children stolen by the use of CPS, and many men put in jail unfairly using unconstitutional laws, codes, he would never attack Timothy. Either way, I will get word to his probation and contact Broward to investigate this. I took an oath. It is my duty as a judge. The evil in America is about to be revealed. Prepare your heart. Learn about which, like Paula, they are traitors. Paula got fired, blah, blah, blah. So, even though these people are arguing about when this recording was made, whether or not the recording is fake, according to this post, Randy Lynn Erickson has either contacted or is threatening to contact Broward County, Florida, and report Field McConnell for violating the conditions of his release. He is under a restriction not to be on the internet or discussing Timothy Holmseth at all. So, rather than defend herself and prove her loyalty to Field McConnell, she has decided to take the route, allegedly, of reporting Field McConnell to the authorities. And this could result in Field McConnell going to jail for 1 to 2 years. And thus he would be uplifted from his home in Wisconsin and transported back to Florida. So that's the breaking development. Now, one thing you have to understand here is going through the uproar that has come out is that there has been no denial of a lot of things. As a matter of fact, if I can find it, there is a public statement from Randy Erickson where she may sue Field McConnell. Public statement from Randy Erickson to the new batshit crazy woman, Paula Blades. If that batshit crazy woman, Carol, didn't tell Field, she owes Field from that day forward for any additional interest that Field had to pay out. And Paula, both Field and I can sue you for everything you got. You are in my federal complaint. This is an act of defamation on Randy's part, by the way. I am licensed and insured to give advice, and if batshit Carol didn't do it, the state can sue her, and so can Field. So this is a threat that she is making to sue Paula Blades. And the thing of it is you're suing Paula Blades for comments that she made, not that Field made. And the thing of it is Field is the one making all the accusations and so on and so forth. So this is where we are. Now, people can take or leave this. They're entitled to their own opinions. They're entitled to decide whether or not this presentation that Paula has made is true or not. But when you see that it is Field talking, and he's talking uninterrupted and at length about his opinion of Randy Lynn Erickson, Timothy Charles Holmseth, and Kirk Pendergrass, and favorable opinions that he has of David Lester Strait, and also by the conversation it is rather obvious that he has a friendly relationship with Paula C. Blades, that he considers her a friend. They have talked frequently, according to statements that he made in the original video. So this is not a blindside by Paula. It's not a stranger talking to Paula. It is a friend of Paula's, someone who knows Paula. So we have all this coming out. And on top of it, it's Field McConnell that is saying that it's Randy Lynn Erickson behind all this stuff, that Randy Lynn Erickson is taking fair advantage of Tim Holmseth, in his opinion, because Tim Holmseth is alleged to have separation anxiety. And you got to remember, Tim Holmseth was by himself. All right, I'm still getting information coming in, but the truth is coming out. Well, I have unconfirmed reports of that. This statement that is allegedly by Randy Erickson states that she has either reported Field McConnell to the authorities under the law of her being a judge, or it's a fake message. You know, I can only go by what was sent. It's unconfirmed. I won't be able to confirm this until sometime during the week, when I can attempt to contact the authorities in Florida. The problem with this is a rather touchy case, and it's partly sealed, so it's difficult to get information out of the court on this particular case. I have been in contact with Florida authorities over this case since its inception, And so um, you know, if Field is violated, he will be contacted through the probation office in Wisconsin. They may hold a hearing up there, and then if they decide it's severe enough, uh, Field McConnell would once again be remanded to Florida custody and transported back to the state of Florida. Now, if it turns out that the conversations with Field McConnell actually took place before the court hearing, then Randy Erickson would have the problem of making a false report to the authorities in an attempt to get Phil McConnell put back in jail. So she should have checked her information before A, making the threat, or B, actually contacting the authorities. She has to have clear proof of this violation. And she has stated on Telegram that she does not believe in the validity of this material. And so she would knowingly be getting involved in a criminal action by doing this report. So it's going to be a question of, number one, did Phil McConnell violate the terms of his release, which according to Paula, he did not? And is she going to go through with her threat to violate Field, and see, is this actually a true document? I have no confirmation of that. The information was provided to me. And say, our mascot's in here. There's Mittens. Say hi, Mittens. And Mittens decided to come up and visit. She's interested in the broadcast tonight. Whoop. She also likes attention, don't you? Well, Sharp, I have to agree with you on that point. If Phil McConnell did go on another show, and the show has aired, there may be grounds for violation because of that show. And so that, if Randy is behind this threat to report Phil McConnell, they would probably look back at that broadcast, because I am sure that someone has reported that other broadcast as a violation of the conditions of his release, and it would just add to the weight of the evidence. It's kind of like the more weight you put on the ice, the more chances are that the ice is going to break and you're going to drown. So there is a distinct possibility that Phil McConnell will be violated for the series of videos that he has been doing. But if not, then the question has to be, why would, in one side of an argument, Randy Erickson would say that the video is not genuine, while on the other side, using her power as this judge, or whatever it is, to contact Florida authorities and report Field for violating the terms of his release. You can't have it both ways. And so time will tell if this is a hoax, a baseless threat, or a woman scorned retaliating against someone that everybody recognizes to some extent is admired. He is declared to be a true patriot and all that other stuff. And someone has just put up Oh, matter of fact, that uh, Randy has put this up, or whoever is using the uh, logo here. Breaking. William Kevin Murtaugh is publishing false information about Randy Erickson. Timothy Charles Somseth and Phil McConnell. The entirety of the plan set forth by Murtaugh and Paula C. Blades in criminal in nature, and they can be charged. Well, it would be rather curious to know what I could be charged with, or Paula for that matter. Number one, they would have to prove that the information is false and that we were responsible for creating the false information. Now remember, what is being stated here by Phil McConnell is Phil McConnell. It's not me, it's not Paula Blades. So if Randy Erickson or whoever is using that title over on the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force, they would have to go after Phil McConnell. Now, this threat that was posted up on my board that came from an anonymous source would seem to indicate that Randy Erickson is alleged to be reporting Phil McConnell for violating his probation. Now, and this is something else here that is interesting. Randy Lynn Erickson is saying that I am publishing false information here. Now, what about over on BitChute that she is reporting that I am a child rapist, I am a child murderer, that I look like the bridge guy in the Delphi murders, that I look like this Whitey Bulger guy, and so on and so on and so on. That is reporting false information. Now, that means that she is admitting that she can be charged with a crime. People need to be a little careful when they're throwing this kind of accusation around because um, you can't have it both ways. If you're going to accuse me of murder, then you're committing a crime. So, yeah, that's quite true, Sharp. The conditions are set up by the state of Florida, and the probation office in Wisconsin is responsible for enforcing those conditions. That if it is determined that Phil McConnell is violating, the state of Florida would notify Wisconsin, they would investigate, report back to Florida, and Florida would then decide on what to do in relation to the information that they have received regarding Phil. And he may be violated because of it. Okay, Timothy Charles Holmes's has put this up on Telegram, or somebody using Timothy Charles Holmes's name. William K. Murtaugh is publishing false information about Randy Lynn Erickson and Phil McConnell by Timothy Charles Holmes, July 16, 2022, which means Tim or someone writing for Tim is tuning in this show live. William Kevin Murtaugh is deliberately publishing a fake post that appears to be from Randy Lynn Erickson, but it is not. Randy Lynn Erickson has no access to Facebook, and she did not make the post. Murtaugh is conspiring with a group that includes Paula C. Blades to make false and defamatory statements regarding Randy Lynn Erickson, Timothy Holmseth, and Phil W. McConnell. Randy Lynn Erickson has not reported Phil W. McConnell for anything to anybody. Beware of deep fakes. So Timothy real quick, Holmes is right there saying, no, she didn't do this within seconds. Or someone representing Tim. But Timothy in Gab does not address the fact that he has accused me of 6 counts of murder, rape, looking like a guy that murdered 2 teenagers in Delphi, Indiana, being involved with the death of Kaylee Marie Anthony, the disappearance of Kaylee Cummins, and so on and so on and so on. He is doing the same thing that he is accusing me of doing. All I said was that I received an anonymous report of someone stating this. Now, this is something that's interesting here. He says that Randy Lynn Erickson has no access to Facebook. Oh, really? If let me do something here. I don't know if I can do it on this computer, but as a matter of fact, the account of Randy Lynn Erickson at Facebook is currently open. It's not under suspension. There's no restriction. So I don't know where the hell Timothy Homseth got the impression that there is no access to Facebook by Randy Lynn Erickson, unless she forgot her password or something. Because but he's, they have instantly made, and remember that Timothy Charles Homseth and Randy Lynn Erickson have turned all kinds of people into law enforcement. He reported Fireman John, who did absolutely nothing to him, to the authorities for having alleged part in the Delphi murders. All right, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this up on, excuse me. Well, Joker, I mean, it can go around and around and around as to who is violating or is not violating. Yike. Okay, the Facebook account of Randy Lynn Erickson is open and operating as we speak. Now, it is true she has not posted on there in months, but the account is there and open. If she doesn't have access to the account, it's not because Facebook isn't allowing it. She may have short-term memory loss and forgot her password. But, what it looks like right now is that her Facebook is wide open. And what's weird is I'm blocked from it. So we're having Sharp, I really wish, I don't know, I give up on this. Anyway, so, the threats are going around. We got threats of lawsuit, threats of this, threats of that. That's all these people know how to do is make threats. They cannot defend. Publisher for Truth just published that Fireman John is a terrorist. And what do you base that? See, this is the thing, Here we have false information. Are you going to call the authorities down here in the United States and report Fireman John as a terrorist? That might not be a good thing. No, it's not weird. Oh yeah, Mert, that is weird that you are blocked from Randy's Facebook. Yeah, because Randy's a coward. She's not blocked from anything here. And yet, you know, Randy Lynn Erickson is supposed to be a public official. She's the head of this Pentagon Pedophile Task Force, which means she represents the federal government. Yet she hides her things by blocking me from both Facebook and her Twitter account. I'm not going to tell you what I got, Mert, am I? From your live chat to so accomplished. Well, you aren't going to tell me because you haven't got anything. Um, your board over there is a bunch of lies. So it doesn't matter. You ain't got shit. You're a fraud just like Timmy and Randy are. So we'll leave it at that. And who is Carol? I hear Carol being mentioned a lot, and I have no idea who that is. Oh, I bet you do. I got the goods too. CBC is an interesting TV network. And again, who's Christian W? I'm seeing a lot of names. Okay, well, I haven't been following the chat all that much. I've been busy. Hello, Jolly. Yeah, they're making threats over on Telegram. It's true to their nature over there. They don't come up with facts, they come up with threats. I've been threatened for 15 years, so what can I say? But, while they're sitting there trying to throw water on the fire, this is interesting. She's scared. She just put this up. She said, "Make me famous, and I'll make you famous." Now, this individual's scared because she knows everything about me. So she says she's done all this research, but you say one little bitty thing about her, and she goes ballistic. Now, it seems rather interesting that this woman who hides behind a username threatens to do anything to anybody that reveals her real name, yet she can turn around and make false and defamatory statements about people she's never even met. That is the ultimate hypocrite there. This is gaslighting. This is actually extortion here. She's saying, if you talk about me, I'm going to lie about you. That is what she's doing over there. Well, you're going after my business. I didn't go after your business. Your business is public information. And, she's talking to me over on Telegram. And she says, you went after my business. Well, you went after me by publishing things that can get me shot and killed. You're repeating false information of accusations of me being a child murderer and a child rapist, and you have declared that you believe that stuff to be true. And you are placing me and my friends in danger. And you said the same thing about Fireman John and everybody else. You're declaring that Fireman John is a terrorist. Fireman John is a first responder. He saves lives. What is your business? Your useless public clown show. Interesting. She is more interested in me and this show than the truth. And she's saying it again. She is saying Fireman John is a frigging terrorist. How is he a terrorist? You make these baseless accusations and you do not back it up. Tim Holmseth does the same thing. This is the problem here. And this woman is so brainwashed that she continues on this stuff. you're a resident of Canada. That's a little hard to do, and lawsuits are expensive. You have the burden of proof. If you are going to say that somebody is a terrorist, you have to prove it. And you can't and you won't. Instead, you send out threats. You get into this nonsensical stuff on there. Oh, yeah, well, prove it. You're a chicken shit. You won't prove it. You say, oh, I'll report it to the cops. Well, guess what? There is such a thing known as the Freedom of Information Act in the state of Florida as well as the entire United States, and there is a variant of it in Canada. And I know how to get the information. So if you report Fireman John for anything, I will get it. And as a matter of fact, I will be notifying the county where Fireman John resides, both in the state of Florida and elsewhere, that if there is any reports regarding him, I want the information. What happened to Timmy retirement? Do you guys ever tell the truth? Well, again, you either have to get a hearing aid or you're going to have to learn the English language. I said that I would not discuss Tim except if there is something of significance that comes up. And I think Timothy Charles Homeseth being accused by Field McConnell of some very serious matters is a development worth reporting on. Well, let's see. I get it from... The information would come from any organization that you would report it to that would pertain to any individuals. And it's obvious that if you are going to report someone, you would go to the city, county, or state authorities where that individual lives. And so it's a simple matter to contact the city, county, or state authorities where the individual lives that you are making false reports about to get copies of those reports. What's significant came up is that Randy Lynn Erickson is being accused of theft and deception. Timothy Charles Homeseth is accused of being deceptive and so forth. You really need to learn the English language because you're not doing too well there, skeleton face. Biden is doomed. All Democrats are doomed. Oh, QAnon crap. Illuminati. See, that's all these people are capable out there. They want a one-party government. They don't want elections. They don't want votes. They want a dictatorship. You know, democracy, we don't need it. We'll just, if we don't like the leader of the country, we'll shoot him and put in somebody else. This is what these people are. No point of having elections because there won't be anybody to vote for you. Just install whoever you want. So, this is freedom, the First Amendment, all of it is down the toilet with these folks over on Telegram. She did not get fired from daycare, and if you want to talk to Paula, why don't you talk to Paula direct? I checked that information out. She resigned because she is on the side having to do with no forced vaccination. She did not get fired. Why don't you do the research since you want to get in? Now, see, you want to get in on Paula's business. See, this is where the hypocrite... you want to get on Paula's business, and if you're going to get on Paula's business, Paula has the right to get into your business. So think about that, because you won't have to worry about me getting in your business, and Paula might do it for you, and she's from your country. So this ought to be interesting. Yeah, she said you walked out, and there's proof of it. It was about forced vaccination. Something that most of you over on that side of the bridge seem to be getting your panties in a wad about. She did not get fired, and she still has her license. And since you're in the country of Canada, you would understand that. But, apparently you don't know how to do any research. You just come up with this stuff out of thin air. Paula seems to be about the only one that's telling the truth around here, IBT. You people over there on Telegram are brainwashed. I mean, your standard of proof over there is so low, you couldn't do the limbo. And again, you're attacking an innocent person. You sit there and you attack innocent people, yet you don't want anybody getting into your business. This doesn't compute. I don't understand it. Why should you be immune from being investigated by people because you're making accusations against them? Well, isn't it interesting to have this conversation over there on Telegram? She doesn't come in here to converse. She does it over on Telegram. I am not a pedophile killer, so you don't go around killing pedophiles. And are you accusing someone else of being a pedophile? And yet you don't want people to investigate you? We have to wonder because, it's interesting. You don't want us going into your business. Now, is that because you are a pedophile, IBT? Kind of makes me wonder why this desperation to cover up your history. You've been on television. The CBC knows everything there is about you. And yet you want to hide behind a fake name. You don't put your real name out there. You don't risk anything because you're hiding behind a pseudonym. Yeah, you're punishing the truth. And I don't care if it's Truth Punisher or whatever the hell. Alright, well, you just doxed yourself. So anybody... No, I didn't... That name was published long before I did. So, don't whine to me if people start looking into your business because you just put your name out there. I don't know how you can punish me with the truth because you're not telling the truth about me at all. This is the problem, Alexandra. You don't tell the truth. You're a bald-faced liar. If you believe, if everything you said was true, then you would have reported me to law enforcement long ago. Timmy would have reported me to law enforcement long ago, and so on and so on and so on. Law enforcement, I'd be in jail right now. If all the stuff that you believe about me is true, I would be in jail. Home Seth, kind and sweet? That's the funniest thing I've heard all day long. Timothy Charles Holmseth is a sadistic liar. All he loves is himself. If you think he loves you or anybody like you, you got another thing coming. Oh, I'm sure you did. Boy, what a brainwashed idiot we have over here on Telegram. Absolutely amazing. If Timothy Charles Holmseth is what you say he is, he wouldn't be going around defaming and lying about innocent people. So, just go ahead and kick his noodle. Then watch out. Oh, here we go with the threats. It's all you're capable of doing is making threats. Well. Hello there. Meow. Yeah. don't you hiss at that lady over on Telegram? Yeah. She doesn't like you. Because you're the oh he king daddy. Oh my goodness. I wonder what that's about. Oh, Amber's jealous. She's barking in the background. Well, I'm glad you like my cat. At least we can agree on something. Alright. Go pick on Amber or something. Do not do propaganda to Amber about me. Oh, I can't talk to my dog about you? Uh-oh. Amber's over barking at the cat. This thing over on. I'm not aligning with Paula. Paula has made recordings of significant nature regarding Bill McConnell and Timothy Charles Homestead. So, we disagree on a lot of political issues and certain people that she supports. But, you know, she has interesting information to put out there, so I put it out there. And this is only a small channel. I've got a whole 30 people tuning in. I just jumped to 32, you know. So I am the most unimportant channel on YouTube. And yet you seem to be awful concerned about it. This is what I find interesting. Yeah, I'm reporting on Timmy's bullshit. So we agree on that. And why? Cat! I'm on it. I gotta take the camera off. It's Amber's, or the cat is climbing around behind. If she is one eye illuminating, all you do is like to call people names, you know, insult them. Now that's not, you know, that's not making any kind of point. I mean, you know, in most ways, she's on your side, so I don't understand it. Yeah, I don't understand you people. This enthrallment with Tim Homestead that's got you blind to the realities of the world. But what can I say? But, you know, this guy doesn't seem to like my show. Yeah, the thing that really I was thinking you would repent, find Jesus, and go enjoy the rest of your life. Actually, you might want to do that because, you know, you're bearing false witness. You're violating the Ten Commandments. Thou shalt not lie. You're doing plenty of it. And this thing that went up on Telegram, trying to get it so people don't watch this show, why are they so interested in this show? Again, it's 32, 33 people that watch it. This is unusual. Usually I only get 12 people in here. This is the single most unimportant stream on the internet. YouTube, Telegram, BitChute, anywhere. It is the single most unimportant website out there. Yet, Punisher and this Jade character elevate the show. They're advertising it by putting this out. Usually, when they do this, my numbers go up. If they don't do it, my numbers stay down. So they're defeating their purpose by, you know, saying that I have a crap show, yet they come right in and watch it anyway. So this is why I advertise on Twitter. I say tune in and see what has these people all worked up. My soul's fine. I have I think it's your soul that needs working on. Oh, good for Mark. Mark's for censorship. Well, I don't know what the deal is with Alex. Um, she just she believes all these lies. She's completely brainwashed. Um, and you can't, she goes, she calls people that she disagrees with witches and warlocks. I mean, really? So, yeah. But it's what Timmy and Randy are not. Ay, 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 ay. All right, I'm going to do. Oh, I'm checking here. What I'm doing is I'm doing my usual case checks. I don't even care about your stupid trolls. I came to talk to you. Hmm. Well, you're talking to me right now. Alex. Okay. Turn Alex loose on Paula. Nice friends you got there, One Eye. The hell is that all about? Updated event August or July 8th. Reschedule them. Okay, nothing on the Neely Blanchard case has changed, and nothing on the Colorado case has changed. So we're um, basically set. Surface attack, I saw that video, and the video was also put up by, trying to forget his name, but over on YouTube, he put up his commentary on that. Um, I do not agree with Phil McConnell. That's something I need to make perfectly clear here is that um, I don't agree with just about anything that Phil McConnell says. However, Phil only got on our radar because of um, Timothy Homestead. Oh, I've got a question to ask to me. Mert, where is Glow? I don't know where Glow is. I don't keep tabs on Glow. You would have to get a hold of Glow to answer that question. Um, I don't run a cult here. People are free to come and go. I don't punish people for not being here. I don't punish people for not agreeing with me or any of that. You know, this is basically a very unimportant. Um, oh, Levi, you're supposed to shut up, by the way. You're being told what to do by the enemy. Yeah, he's. Yeah, Sharp. I remember that broadcast. Yeah, anybody that calls me a pedophile, child murderer, rapist, child trafficker is an enemy because it's not true. And when you make false accusations against people like Fireman John, you are the enemy. You are in love with a lie, Alexandra. Pure and simple. Well, good night, Skank Hunt. Thanks for coming in, I guess. No, he's not. You know, you know, one of these days, your lies are going to catch up with you, Alexandra. You know, you don't even know Fireman John. The whole reason people attack Fireman John is because he spent 10 minutes moderating my chat, and that's his punishment. You're in love with Timothy Charles Holmes, You're the, and don't tell me you aren't because you're the one that made love, or someone like you made love to him on a phone. You don't know him, then why are you uh, attacking him? You just wanted to hear me say his name. No, you know him all right. He's got you wrapped around his little thing. Hello, Mark. Welcome to the live stream. Deep dive on firemen. Yeah, we're making threats again. Uh, Goodness gracious. Somebody messed up in the chat. Okay, according to uh, the Canadian terrorist, somebody messed up over on this chat. So just letting you know. Well, Mark, the show will be replayed. It's basically the presentation that Paula made on her YouTube channel, and I replayed a portion of it here, as well as reported on some breaking news. Jolly Bridge Burner, you've got a mention over on Telegram. Well, I agree with you on that one, Jolly. It's but it was an easy mark for Timmy and Randy to manipulate this guy. And when he over on Telegram, but she's monitoring the channel live. Camp David selling people up the river. Hmm. You guys have legal zero loyalty. Hmm. Well, I don't require loyalty. We are all individuals here. This is not a cult. I don't know how many times I have to say that before people like you over there get it through your thick heads. This is the single most unimportant YouTube chat on the internet. That's what happens when the walls start coming in. The less indoctrinated run for cover. Where do they run? I don't know. You'd have to ask Timmy and Randy that. They seem to be doing a lot of running lately. I mean, the guy was too much of a coward to defend himself in court, and then he makes up all this fake bullshit while he's on the run, sucking up people's money based on lies. Then you got this brainwashed idiot over on Telegram defending him. Funny to watch. Holmseth has balls bigger than your trailer. Yeah, the guy who lives out of his car doesn't show up to court for a lousy misdemeanor. He has balls, all right. Boy, what a brainwashed idiot you are. Witches and warlocks. This is like a modern day version of the Salem trial. Oh, gee, Mark, I thought I was the one with the clown show. Oh, well, I guess somebody's picked up on my franchise. He is followed by thousands. They visit for the next drop around the clock. Yeah, because they're a bunch of brainwashed idiots. That's why Tim came over to this side of the fence. Likes attract. Stupid is what stupid does. And for $5 a thousand, you can buy followers. And again, Alexandra, numbers does not make the truth. Truth makes the truth. You know, they may be learning your truth about the world, but they're defaming innocent people in the process. Sherry Kathleen Norler. Oh, I have no idea who that is, so. Again, I don't care how many followers Tim Holmseth has. That does not excuse the fact that he is a pathological liar. Jeez. And am I not? Alright, I thought maybe I wasn't going. Butterfly Mama. Oh, poor Butterfly Mama. Loyalist who's being, Speaking of loyalty, 35,000 on BitChute with massive censorship. Yep, that sounds like Timmy. Alright, I don't know if I'll be here in 10 minutes, but, if I'm off the air by the time you come back, have a good night, because Christian. And Cloud Show. Well, I don't know. Hmm. Well, this is all stuff that Timmy agrees on, so. Forward message from Band Reality. Oh, somebody interjected themselves in the chat over there. Despite all the clown show efforts, he just keeps gaining a bigger loyal base. Well, that's fine. That's more people he can rip off by asking for donations. I don't care how many followers he gets. I've never cared about the followers he gets. What I care about is his constant lies about me and my friends. Simple as that. You can't seem to get that through your thick head. Timmy should have left me alone. But, he had plenty of opportunities to leave me alone. If he had done so, this channel probably would not have existed. If it did exist, it would have been, maybe Mittens would have been running around chasing lasers or something, instead of me being here to constantly have to deal with these ongoing lies. Baloney. He doesn't ask for donations. He wants people to advertise his website. Then explain the t-shirts that are up for sale on both his blog and his website, and also the donation button on his BitChute account. And that's, I know for a fact he's getting money from people like you. Well, it's too late because you yoked with Craig Sawyer and all of them. I have no association with Craig Sawyer. I don't know where people get that information from. I have no affiliation with Craig Sawyer. I don't talk to Craig Sawyer. None of it. All I did was report on the case. It's a legal case. How much do you think they make off the merchandise? Not much profit in that. Oh, let's see. Why does McDonald's spend $1 million to build a restaurant that they sell $10 meals at? Explain that one. John Regan connection, John Romero. John Regan is dead. He's been dead for over a decade. So I don't know why you're bringing up the son of a dead person. People are weird. Well, Joker, not only did Greg Sawyer win the lawsuit against Daniel John Lee, he also won the lawsuit against Randy Lynn Erickson. Well, he's not. No, there you go. You just said it there, Punisher. He's not as known as McDonald's yet, but that is why the merchandise. Yes, he sells the merchandise to give him profit and fame. No, 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 no. You. Oh, everybody! Breaking news. The preacher in St. Augustine, the man of God, is not dead. He has reincarnated himself as an FBI agent, retired. And what do you mean, no share knowledge? It's a matter of public record. You look it up. You ever hear of legacy.com? You might want to check it out. Idiot. Yeah, this woman is absolutely stupid. She doesn't know how to do any kind of research. She could get on legacy.com and look up the guy's name and she'd see the full um, article there about him being deceased. CIA, FBI like me. Hmm, interesting. Now I am a CIA agent. Of course, Timmy declared me a CIA agent. Yeah, that's known as an obituary. You ever hear of an obituary, Alexandra? It's a little thing they publish that tells that somebody died, when they were born, a little history about them, and their survivors. You know that? No, I didn't declare myself. I said that Timothy Charles Homestead declared me. I didn't declare myself anything. You people are the ones that declared it. He's called me an FBI operative. He's called me CIA. He's called me all sorts of stuff. Yeah, like Leanne. Yeah, she's dead too. You know, that's another thing Tom Homestead does. He uses dead people so that, well, that's it. You don't think. No, she's not in witness protection. Incredibly stupid. You got an idiot over here that doesn't believe Leanne Kruger's dead, that she's in witness protection or other. People watch too many things on TV. She's brainwashed. Well, go ahead and believe that. It's no wonder your business is going downhill. Jesus Christ. I think they almost killed her. Nobody killed her. I was talking to Leanne up to about a week before she died. She was a regular on this show. Love and Mark. This is, boy, if you ever want entertainment, go over to the Pentagon Pedophile Task Force on uh, Telegram. The place is good for laughs. These people are so stupid. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And yeah, there's people over there that believe that JFK Jr. is still alive. I love it. It's no wonder Timmy has 34,000 followers. These people are idiots. Someone dragged the poor lady out of bed for a cameo. Nobody dragged her out anywhere. She did everything she did was her own free will. Defaming the dead. This is something you people are good at. Call it. I don't care. I don't care what you think, to be honest. A lot of lurking going on. Well, the last I knew, this is a public forum. If she wants to, you guys are lurking on my channel. So, they say, people are watching my channel from this very spot. And she's talking to me based on what I'm saying in my room. So, there's your lurking for you. She's not even talking in my room. She's talking over on Telegram. Oh, of course not. Yeah, I don't care if she can hear me or not. How does she know I'm lurking if she can't hear me? That's really weird. I don't know, Joker. There's so many of these JFK Juniors out there. The it actually came up in Paula's conversation with Field. She apparently Field believes in JFK Jr. being alive as well. Yeah, I want to get I got to get together with a bunny. I like my chocolate eggs. Yeah, if there's a weirdo out there, Timmy's gonna find him. Oh, anybody that can do it might want to put out the alert. Alexander is very concerned that Glow is not in here and that AG is not in here. Um, I guess they're worried. And she's asking who's next. Who's next that's going to sign off and not come on my channel anymore? You know, because this is very, very, very concerning to Alexandra over on Telegram. She's really worried about people that don't come on my show. So I guess, maybe people don't live 24/7 on the internet like you do. Maybe that's not why they're showing up. I don't do a I don't do a check to say, hey, why aren't you on my show? You're supposed to be in my cult. I don't do that. They come and go as they please. Maybe Glow's got more important things to do than be on my chat. Glow has a YouTube channel. Go check it out. You know. No, I just noticed one of the barflies doesn't show up after being dedicated to every show. Well, maybe they got bored with it. This is like I keep saying. This is the least important show on the internet. Maybe they got bored with me. They got lives of their own. Um, Socks are going to get back there and screw everything up. It's one thing about owning a cat. They're like a 2-year-old. You got to watch them every minute. Well, that's what these people do. They do not want any criticism of their God. They look at Homestead as some kind of god. Yeah. Well, I'm crossing my fingers on that. I think you're holding out on me, Mert. Well, you believe a lot of shit. Blue's YouTube channel is about as useless as Paula's Hot Mess Productions. Wow, boy, we're really getting our asses kicked tonight over on Telegram. Holy moly! Well, look at what Timmy's been saying for 10 years. I gotta love these people. Yeah, she's Kitty, kitty, kitty. What are you doing? Now she's behind the desk. Ugh. Yes, he did. Uh, you haven't done your homework. Come at it. Where are you going now? Come in. Yeah. She's hiding from me. Ugh. Telegram. Why don't you go over to his blog and read back to the 6 years that he's been stalking me, and you'll see the threats there. I think I was a candidate for Gitmo at one time. And, you know, by the things he says about me, I consider it a threat because he's threatening my life by spreading this false information about me. Just like the false information that you spread about Fireman John. I mean, you are so enthralled. Yes, it is, because it's false information. And you can't, if you're standing by your information that reporting isn't stalking, then I'm not stalking Homestead because I'm reporting. So you just killed your own argument. Yeah, you're not winning your argument there, Telegram. Oh my God, where did this come from? Yeah, someone decided to spam my account. Boy, I must be getting important. They got spamming of my account. Yes, it is a threat. And he actually, his people threaten me all the time. You've made threats on behalf of Tim Holmseth. So, my life is threatened by Holmseth by the stuff he puts out about me. So I consider that a threat. And I have never threatened Tim Holmseth. All I said is to leave me the hell alone. And he won't do it. Yes, it is. Oh, here we go with the pictures. We're getting pictures put up. I was wondering when this is going to start because this, got to sit there and do character assassination by putting up pictures. Uh, oh, you aren't the one that threatened to mail your false accusations to everyone in this complex that I live in, and you threatened to do all kinds of things. That's not a threat? Oh my. Ooh, you must have the hots for Jeremiah. You're putting his pictures up. Oh, who is TG? Talene Cunningham. Another fake name. Note the hat. Yeah, yeah. The funny thing about that is the former president supports that group. What do you think about that? Now, you people sit here and criticize the guy for wearing a hat, and guess who the former president supports? So he's one of you guys. Yeah, cross the red line. See, that's hypocritical. You've already crossed the red line because you report things that Tim says about me that are unequivocally false. And yet, You whine and crying when people are going to tell the truth about you. That's extortion, by the way. Look it up. But you're scared. See, you're scared of the truth because you don't want the truth about you to come out. Jeremiah is infiltrating Oath Keepers to snitch to a CIA and deep state. Oh. Well, I suggest you don't go near the red line because I have nothing to lose. Let's put it that way. I'm 72 years old. Tim and people like him have destroyed my life. So, you have seen nothing yet. So I would watch your behavior. Because I am fed up. I'm beyond fed up with all you people. Well, I thought, well, if you have nothing to lose, then why the red line? Hmm? Oh, yeah, that's one of the prettiest attorneys in Florida right there. Put up a picture of Kim Picasio on Telegram. For home, Seth. Yeah, you're brainwashed. That's for sure. Yeah, she does. I just saw her. And let's see, who is it that's got the 30, 40-year-old picture of herself out there? Oh, that would be that Randy woman. Yeah, she puts up pictures of herself that she doesn't look like anymore. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, another hypocritical statement by Punisher. I saw her on Twitter. She tweets every day on Twitter. You know, Kim Picasio and I are very good friends. Yeah, you lie about her all the time as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like I saw her just now on Telegram. She's right there on Telegram. See her? Right up there. Go, just scroll up a little bit and you see Kim right there looking at you. Jesus. She gets other people to lie for her. No, you do that for Timmy. Kim doesn't lie. You do. Kim is out earning a living. She doesn't even bother with this stuff anymore. Yeah, it's looking right at you. Yeah, what a trip. Boy, that's an old article. What about Cobra? I don't know anything about Cobra. You're obsessed with weird shit. And it's funny, you're obsessed with all these people, but you are not obsessed with those who are abusing children. That's what the proof is here. Chasing after me, chasing after Kim, chasing after Cobra, chasing after these other people is not doing a single thing to rescue children. Not one thing. And this is what you people don't seem to care. You absolutely do not care about missing and exploited children. Simple as that. Nobody's groveling at Kim's feet, believe me. Number one, Leanne is dead. You know, Paula certainly is not groveling at Picassio's feet. As for Cobra, I don't know what he's doing. I don't care what you do in your spare time. And stop with the witness protection bullshit. I mean, yeah, you just. God. Crying the Kimmy Blues. Boy, this woman's got it bad. That is what Cobra's doing. Hmm. You know, Alexander, how is any of this? Oh, what do we got now? Soon all evidence will be published how Hillary was spying on Donald Trump and how she orchestrated everything. There was evidence. In 7 days, it will be provided. Blah 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 blah. Well, James, I guess we'll wait and see. Yep, that was just before the tears and retraction. Whatever. Well, we got about 10 more minutes of this stuff and then I'm going to go. There's Star Trek and For All Mankind and other stuff that I've got to watch on Netflix and Apple TV and so on. You know, it's more important stuff than fooling with this idiot over on Telegram that's in here lurking on my channel. Yeah, Kim is a snoozer. Well, it's funny. Sometimes I think she's doing this on purpose to help protect the pedophiles because you get sidetracked not paying attention to the pedophiles and the child abusers because people like Tim are protecting them. That seems to be what's going on here. Mark, she and her cult members think about me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year because they have nothing else. She says she gets me good numbers. Well, what she doesn't understand is I'm for the truth. I am not for numbers. Get me the truth, Alexandra. Don't get me numbers. If I wanted numbers, I would go around agreeing with these morons. But the truth doesn't depend on numbers. The truth is the truth. Period. So, let's get real here, folks. I mean, all they do is they brag about Timmy's numbers. But he only talks to people that agree with him. He doesn't talk to people that disagree with him. He talks to people that agree with him. It's easy to get numbers if you agree with the lies. If that's all you're in this for, then there you are. But I am here for the truth, the whole truth and nothing but. So if this is costing me thousands of viewers, then so be it. The only thing I get from the quote unquote information king is lies. A guy that spent most of his life living out of a car, or drunk on a hospital floor, or setting fires in his neighbor's backyard. He only just banned the butterfly. She was weaponized against him for over a year, and he kept her in. Uh-huh. Al, I bet you Randy ordered the ban. But I don't care, What's funny about this is Butterfly is no friend of mine. She doesn't like me at all. So, what can I say? I know very little of anything about Butterfly. I mean, you people are ones that are plummeting her, not me. I don't care about her. But that's what happens when you disagree with the mighty Tim. You get thrown out the door. Oh no, the band was very. Yeah, that's a pretty good picture of me. No, I don't know about her all that much. I know that you people piss and moan at her and she argues with you. That's about, well, I don't care if you buy it or not. I do not know that much about Butterfly Mama. She came in every once in a while on my chat, but it wasn't to be my friend. So, this is interesting that she would put that up. This is a confessed sex offender, unregistered sex offender. She works with Camp David. Okay, well, interesting. Well, then that doesn't make me her friend, because Deep State Dave is an account that was created by Tim Holmseth to create fake drama. It's rather convenient how that uh, name has gone away. We don't see Deep State Dave anymore. Well, maybe she was doing it, because I don't know who Deep State Dave is. Phew. My. Craig Sawyer. Jigsaw? I don't know who. So she created the Jigsaw account? That would explain a lot. You folks really ought to go over to Telegram and look at this shit. This woman is batshit crazy. And then we got this individual who has 1,000 different usernames posting pictures. And it looks like we got two pictures of Craig Sawyer, uh, Navy SEAL instructor. I guess he wasn't one of the Navy SEALs protecting Timmy back during the trial days. And I find another thing I find interesting about this is Tim always declared that he was one man from Donald Trump, and that man turned out to be David Straight. So now that David Straight's out of the picture, I guess there's no one man between Timothy Holmseth and the former president anymore. So, okay, well, it's coming up on 2 hours. I think this enough of this stuff. The numbers have dropped back down to their local level. So I'm going to call it a night, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification, and share. And we'll see what happens the next time. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about next week. Okay, so you just doxed a woman. Okay. Well, everybody always tries to pin things on me, Punisher. You do the same thing. So, you and Butterfly Mama are alike in that respect. Well, I thought it was worthwhile. I mean, Tim Holmseth has been as exposed as a fraud, and so has Randy, according to what happened tonight. So, anyway, good night, everybody. Stay safe. God bless, and all that other good stuff. Have a good one, and see you next week. Same time, same channel, same this, same that. La-di-ba. Okay, Telegram, you can go to sleep now. I'm signing off. Bye.